Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we will talk about semiconductor packaging, especially how Intel packages the semiconductor for the artificial intelligence chips. This is quite a bit of interesting because other chip manufacturing companies, they are also doing some kind of chip packaging, and so we'll talk about that also for reference, but especially we'll put focus on the Intel EMIB semiconductor packaging. So be with me till the end of the video. So what is semiconductor packaging? Semiconductor packaging is basically the final step of semiconductor manufacturing. Now, in today, when we talk about artificial intelligence chips, especially packaging comes into the headline because you just need to do your chip linear, but how much small you can make it. You can go from 7 nanometer to 4 nanometer, 3 nanometer, 2 nanometer, but beyond that, there is a capacity bottleneck out there. But with the help of chip packaging, you can make the chip system more complex and more compound as well. Now, semiconductor packaging, when we talk about different types of chip, there we can have processor, we can have IO chips, we can have other kind of communication chips, networking chips, and you need to combine all those chips for your system to work collectively. How that can be possible? You can distribute the chip horizontally. But nowadays, it has been found that for the requirement of artificial intelligence, if you scatter the chip in a horizontal base or die, that is not going to serve the purpose because the distance from the processor and the distance from the memory, if that is large, then there is a delay, and that delay is causing a huge issue, for example, for the AI chip. So now you need to do a vertical stacking of chip. That means in the vertical stacking, in the 3D, you need to put your artificial intelligence chip processor, then memory and all these things so that you can close the gap between these two chips. This is the fundamentals of semiconductor packaging. Packaging can also be done through the chiplet connection. Even in the 2D also, you can keep the your specific processor chip and then memory chip side by side to close the gap. That is also possible out there. Now, what is Intel EMIB semiconductor packaging? EMIB is basically embedded multi-die interconnect bridge. What is that? You can have basically your die 1 and die 2 in an embedded way, and beneath that you can have your the interconnect bridge, the interconnect, and with the help of small bridges from the interconnect to the die 1 and die 2, you can connect the die 1 and die 2 through that interconnect bridges. Now, this is particularly useful while it gives a lot of flexibility for semiconductor packaging and semiconductor manufacturing because it improves the yield quite a bit of things. You know, yield is basically the success rate of your chip to work. Maybe when we talk about semiconductor chip to the 2 nanometers or 3 nanometer, the yield becomes small compared to when you make it for the larger node or mature node. Even if you get a 70% yield, that is quite enough. So in that way, this type of packaging is helpful for improving the yield. And also, it gives a lot of flexibility to choose different chiplets because different size of chiplets can be easily fit into the embedded package. You can put that die 1, die 2, die 3, die 4, and then you can interconnect through without a silicon interposer. That is also one more important thing, my friend. Silicon interposer is basically takes a lot of bit of space, and it works as a layer in the embedded packaging. But without this thing, you can join the chip through the interconnect bridge itself. Interconnect bridge is basically the small connection things that connect between two dies vertically. So that is also some kind of advantage for that. And this type of packaging Intel is using for artificial intelligence chips. And artificial intelligence chips, for example, Intel has a 18A technology. 18A is basically kind of technology Intel has recently invented, and it is also doing mass manufacturing, started mass manufacturing of the 18A technology. But it is basically based on the different kind of technology, and it is basically 1.8 angstrom. 1.8 angstrom technology. Intel is also using this kind of packaging EMIB, and that is quite a bit of popular in the industry. Now also there is high performance computing and networking chips. These are also being built on this EMIB technology. And just to make a comparison of EMIB technology from Intel, there is TSMC also a large manufacturer of semiconductor chip. TSMC has 3D IC technology, which is basically three-dimensional chip packaging, and it is quite a bit of competitive with respect to this EMIB technology. So customers are choosing whether they are going to use this EMIB technology or the 3D IC technology from Intel or from TSMC. I think that's it for today's video. In today's video, I wanted to give you a brief introduction of what is packaging, why semiconductor packaging is very important in today's artificial intelligence era, and also I described that what is the EMIB technology, why it is extremely important to embed everything in a single package so that you can connect different dies through the silicon vias. You do not require TSV. So let me know what do you think about it. If you have any specific query or question, you can drop a comment in the comment section of the video. I will try to capture more information in my next videos with other Intel chip packaging, and also I will try to bring TSMC type of packaging as well. Stay tuned for the next video to come. Till then, Subhasish Chakraborti signing off.